Is there gonna be a censorship?
That could be.
Okay.
If you want to be have censorship, the first it's so have a disclaimer first. I'm a Muslim. I don't even forget about the Quran because
Yeah, don't panic. Don't panic. We're not judging you. Don't panic.
No, we listen, we don't judge.
I'm not against ChatGPT, so I don't care if you make ChatGPT to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't care at all. But you have to bear the consequences.
Virtual girlfriend.
So that's how ethic matters.
Hello guys, please welcome to House English, your weekly check-in on English. Right now, we have Mrs. Dian right here, and we're going to be talking about what is it like to study on English literature in UAG, Universitas Ary Ginanjar. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Arkan Dafi, but you may call me as Dafi because today I will be your host today. And once again, we have Mrs. Dian, which is our lecturer. Maybe you want to give some introduction first?
Yeah, for sure. Hi guys, hi everyone. My name is Dian Nur Endah. You can call me Miss Dian, and I am the head of English Literature Department. And here we are going to talk about English for industry, especially in UAG University. So let's start it, Daphne.
Yeah, we can start it right now. Okay, so it is just really, really fascinating because today it's going to be like the first ever podcast that we've created.
Yay! Episode 1.
Please subscribe to YouTube and follow first because we'll be talking not only about English literatures, not focusing in like the English language itself. We may go to politics, business, and literature itself, films, and so many things, especially books. Because today we are exactly in the place of the bookshelves. We have library of UAG, and that's so related what we have been doing as a English literature.
Is there gonna be a censorship?
That could be.
Okay.
If you want to be have censorship, the first it's so have a disclaimer first because
Because since you mentioned politics, so I was like,
that could be. But today we're not talking about politics.
oh yeah.
Remember, today we're talking about what is it like to study as an English literature student or maybe lecturer in UAG. So first of all, I would like to ask you one question. Why is this major being named as English for industry? I mean, like compared to other campuses, other universities, they do not even related to some industry. They just focusing exactly like specifically into the literature. Why do we have that?
Okay, so first of all, Davi, disclaimer, I have been in English education for so many years, up to 5 years. And then I've been teaching in private universities. And also I've been observing the curriculum in state universities also. And then I saw that they have a different graduate profiles. For example, for state universities, there are 3 main graduate profiles. The first one is that teaching. The second one is the researcher. So the third one is translator or interpreter, like that. So you can imagine, like probably you can already guess that they study the specific courses like poetry, and then drama, and then there will be the prose, novel. So every media of literature has their own specific course. So for example, in the short story courses, we have to study probably 1 or 2 short stories in every meetings. You can imagine. And then that happens in almost all Indonesian state university. Like you can mention UI, UGM, yeah. And then all state universities. And in private universities, I can say that probably There were a few that quite similar to UAG, English for Industry, but not really. For example, there is the specific program like Bahasa Inggris, not Sastra.
Oh, really? So it is
Yeah,
focusing on the education and grammatical itself, like something
yeah,
like that.
only Bahasa Inggris, or they focus on linguistic
Ah, yeah, the
like that.
linguistics.
And then here in UAG, because we realize that there is a gap between the curriculum of the university and then the industry need in real world. Many people like me coming from the state university myself, and I can feel that gap, not only see but feel like what I study in the university, like we are all in the ivory tower. You can imagine, like, okay, we always we have this kind of the what is that name for, yeah, for the state university that, based on the ranks.
Yeah,
We
because
have that kind of the snobbish thing, like, oh, we are up here.
reputation
You
is one
can
of the things.
acknowledge that. That is why I can say that, because that is the similar thing that I feel, not only by myself but also from my other associates. People feel like that, and then once you get into the high rank and then you stay there, you can see that you are on the ivory tower. And then, but the thing is that the real world, you know there is a gap there. What you already feel that in high up there, and then the gap of the reality itself, there is no bridge between that.
We have
Okay.
gap, like we need to have something to we need to cross the border, which is essential. So that's exactly what you were meant, that English for industry is this is being the bridge
Yeah, that's
between
it.
those two worlds. Like you say that the campus and industry is not even related at all, so they just
Yes,
they just
I
totally in
said
different
that
world.
as the state university graduate, I can feel that myself. Also, somehow, when we arrange the curriculum here, like English for industry, and then I want, not I, but we,
we
we,
we need
sorry,
to change.
we want to build the bridge, just like
Indeed,
what you said,
exactly.
because how this curriculum in the university meet the needs of the practical world.
Practical work is one of
Yeah.
the things we have. Reality, it's totally different that we were expecting.
Yeah.
So when I was a little bit of a story, when I was back in high school, and then like, okay, do I have something to survive this reality and something like that? And I will say, oh, I think we don't. In our school, I will say that could be marginalized into our whole education in Indonesia, because they didn't even teach any survival instincts. They didn't teach us how do we behave towards our world, the reality world. So that's, I think, kind of the same for us. And then the high school students just transfer to university students just for like postponing their reality, something
Yeah,
like that.
that's it.
Postponing reality. So like S1 to S2, and then they want to transfer to S2 because they want to like postponing the pengangguran, postponing the unemployment. That's the reality. Lots of Instagram, lots of social media say that employments, they are being postponing for just doing to S2 to S3, because they didn't want to face the reality. So that's, thank you so much for giving us the knowledge about the English for industry, because that's really really helpful for us for survival. Even me as a third semester student, I'm already facing the reality from the first semester to the third semester, because and I do ready. I am ready for everything, because everything that we've been taught in this university helpful. That's a lot helpful. That's
Really?
indeed really, because the public speaking is one of the things, communication,
Yeah.
business communication, and then how do we arrange events, how do we arrange some meetings. That's actually necessary.
Yeah, and we talk about it in our life also, Duffy, and that if you choose English program, specifically our English for industry, only to be able to speak English, better not do that because we teach more than that. We provide you more than that.
That's true. That's true.
Just take a course.
Just take a course before.
You don't need to go to the university, but if you have vision and then you have something meaningful, you have something worth to make it through,
Yeah.
and then you want to build your way of thinking, and not only for the cognitive side, actually, not only for the formality, like everyone goes into the university, and if I just stay here, probably people will talk about me, and I don't want to work also. Okay, so I just go to university. No, but let's say you have something meaningful, you want to build your life, not only cognitive, please be the student of the university. And if you enter we already got into the promotion.
We got into the promotion, but somehow it's okay,
It's okay.
because that's exactly what we were talking about, like English for industry. That's only in UAG. There is no other
Yeah.
campuses have that.
I can guarantee you guys, because somehow here's the thing, like when we arrange the curriculum, we also have the reference from other universities, like
course.
private universities and also state universities. It is not like we do it in chat GPT.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not
It is
at all.
based on the observation and then comparison, and then we have to present it in front of the president of university, and we also invite some people, some expertise from the industry itself.
Yeah.
So it is actually our curriculum already related to the industry needs. We consult many people, many experts.
That's a must, because that could be a study case for evaluations for the students, because we only have two different generations in our class today in our major. But we are hoping, if you want to come as a new student, that could be, or maybe you want to come for having some trial class, or you want to have some partnership with us, that could be, once again, it's a promotion. But there are some bold messages by Mrs. Dian have been said, because first of all, when we're talking about ChatGPT, back in the US universities, there are some lecturers using ChatGPT for their studies. So that's actually really unfortunate. So some students in the America, they kind of complaining about that, and they, or maybe she, I think that's a she was asking refund refund for the university. So ChatGPT, that could be helping, but somehow we have some ethics. So ethics also being involved in this university. That's exactly. So industry is one of the important things with the AI, with the adaptations of the new world.
Yep.
So that's one of the things. So that could be, already been wrapped the whole questions with your answers. That could be the highlighted one, that English for industry is not focusing only in educations, but also the reality outside there, that we need to find some jobs, or maybe we can create jobs for the people. Because of course, when we do have the mind of being employed rather than giving some employment, so it's totally different things. So it could be like totally different world. You want to be CEO or to be employer, so it's totally different. So what we have been talking this university, we also be talking about how to create something, how to be founder, how to be a CEO, CCO. That's, bahasa dasar, I will say, like regular language in this place, like CEO, CCO, BMC. That's easy for us, for the business students. Even though I'm English literature student, but we've been talking about business a lot, and we have lots of products being made by the students. Okay, let's just jump into the second questions. So what is the uniqueness about English for industry? I mean, like, specifically into how do you teach, or maybe how do the lecturers teach the students, I mean, compared to other university, or maybe other, abroad universities, or maybe kind of the same with Harvard or something. I want to say, guys, this university, or maybe Mrs. Dian class herself, she has totally different learning approach. She has kind of the same like the Harvard University kind of. So But I will say that she didn't teach, but she just giving us the review and helping us for constructing the knowledge and
Yeah.
explaining something. And the students, they are practicing ourselves, and we presentate about what we have been learning, what we have been read. Because this is Gen class is literature class, so basically every books here we need to read it. So that's exactly. So what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, actually, I just want to respond
Sure,
to
sure.
your compliment. Thank you so much, Daffy. The thing is that why I always encourage my students to analyze, to observe, to express their opinion. So, what I want to hear, what I want to listen is not like the definition of idealism according to Plato, what Marxism is. I don't want to hear that because I can get that from the text.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
ask
yeah.
ChatGPT, but what I want to hear is that what is your opinion on that? You agree or you disagree? You appreciate, you deny it.
Mm.
So, what is your opinion? And that's what I always ask to my students. So, if my students like for example you or maybe other student like Miss Marxism is na 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 na," okay, okay, that is the definition. So what do you think? Well, according to what I read, no, your opinion, your tell me, what do you feel, what do you think about that? Okay, so that's what I want to hear. I don't care, you can get a lot of reference like
Yeah.
in a matter of second, but what do you think? That's how you start it. That's how you build your argumentation.
Mm.
Okay, so regarding the uniqueness,
Mm.
because since you
Yeah,
asked
of
that,
course.
so here in UAG, so we don't only care about the cognitive side like IQ, but also EQ, emotional question, and spiritual question.
Question.
So somehow we have the SKID, spiritual, creative, kreativitas, intelektualitas, and dampak. So it is not matter of the how to make students smart, but also how to make the emotion feel the emotional question and also spiritual. So because I always say like until now I believe that Islam is some a complete guidance for me and
Complete guidance.
for human, and also including the education. So somehow uh, because we already have a complete guidance, I think in every meeting it is related to the values of
Islamic.
Islam
Yeah.
and spiritual itself. So that's why the tagline of UAG University is University of Life, because we don't only care to make our students intelligent or smart, but also we care to make them make their own life, like in spiritually and emotionally, how to make your life meaningful, not just breathing, not just
Not just coming to
eating,
class, not just
yeah,
eating,
not
something like
just
that.
being present. Okay, I'm here because my parents asked me to do this. I'm here because I want to have a good score. Not like that.
I'm here
We
for
care
making some
about,
girlfriends, boy.
yeah, we care about your mental, we care about your psychology. So that's why there is coaching,
Yeah, there's a coaching,
right?
psychological coaching, helping us when you have a trauma, you have something to be talking with. They provide us as a
Mhm.
student. We're so being helpful for the, like the facilities. That's helping us for not committing suicide or something like that. No, 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 no. Wallahi, no, 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 no. Not committing suicide or something like that, because mental health is one of the things that Mr. Ary Ginanjar had been arranged for. That's exactly why he created. That's why he founded these universities, focusing on the new generations not being falling into mental health issues. Lots of Gen Zs, of course. Even though I'm a Gen
Yeah.
Z, I don't feel it though, because I'm studying in this university. That's really helpful for me. So I will say like a little bit feedback from you. So
Mhm.
you said that SKID, so it's focusing on the impact on
Mhm.
ourselves and how
Mhm.
do we giving impact to the people. That's exactly one of the things in this university, because of course we are living as a human, we are living as a social creature.
Mhm.
So we need to having a socializations. We need to have a communication. That's a bold message. That's a bold statement from you. That's exactly the uniqueness, and I do agree about that. And I
Mhm.
do really agree about that. So I will say that the impact itself, not once again, not only focusing in ourselves, but the whole world. So that's exactly what Mr. Ary Ginanjar runs Indonesia Emas 2045 or Golden Generations. I wish or I hope that it could be realized.
Yeah.
What do you say about Indonesia Emas 2045? A little bit of intermezzo or something.
Uh, Here's the thing. What I always say to my students is that when I see my students, you
Yeah,
and some other students like Hairan or yeah, any other students, I'm always positive. Like, dang, my students are great. They're so smart. Even
thank you.
the way they talk are way better than some so-called
Some
experts.
so-called experts.
Yeah, to be honest, and also some influencers maybe.
Indeed.
And then, but when I see the outside or
Yeah.
probably scrolling on social media, and I was like, so. But again, I mean, in the I'm stay positive. I'm being positive. We can make it true. But the most significant thing is that the governance.
Governance. Yeah. Once again, the
Yeah,
management is it?
yeah,
Management.
management.
Back to the politics, kind of. Like the management, something
Yeah,
like that. Because in this university, we are being taught to be critical. We have to be having a critical thinking once again. Because once again, Mrs. Dian already said that we do not present, we do not define something, but I would say thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. One of the
yeah,
thing like that. Yeah, so that's exactly how we construct our mind. How do we construct our knowledge and
dialectic,
dialektik? Indonesianya dialektika.
dialectica.
Yeah, that's one of the most popular words recently because of there are so many content creators out there focusing on a knowledge once again. Yeah, that could be the hopeful for Indonesia Mas 2045, but we are still be waiting. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe we can jump to the next question because I think it's enough with the Indonesia Mas 2045 and the uniqueness because once again, we do have lots of uniqueness around here. If you want to take a look, you may just come here and having a trial class because we do have arranging lots of trial class
Mm-hmm.
from the university and maybe you could meet me, Mrs. Dian, or even our back camera here. We have the cameraman, Mr. Hiran. You could, hey, come here, getting it in frame. Yeah, Mr. Hiran frame. Okay, so the third question. What do you say? It's kind of my questions. Lots of people asking me. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I want you to have the opinion over this. Sastra Inggris versus pendidikan bahasa Inggris. What do you say about that?
Do you want my honest opinion?
Honest opinion, please. Unfiltered, guys.
That's why I asked, is there gonna be a censorship?
That's going to be homework for the editor, which is me.
So here's the thing. I always I'm not coming from the English for education,
Hmm.
and then but here's the thing that every Muslim has the obligation to sermon, right?
Yeah,
Like uh to do the sermon, to do the kindness, blah blah blah, and then uh oh why you ask this? I'm trying to find the polite words
I will say
actually.
like pendidikan bahasa Inggris or English for education is only focusing like to be stereotypical, only focusing on the grammar, linguistic, or something like that. But the sastra English or English literature is focusing on how we analyze books, how we do analyze films and movies to be related to industry or something. So I will say, what is the differences? What should you choose? I would say, which one is the unique one, or maybe the best approach, the best choice to be you to have the option for that because there are lots of people asking that frequently,
Okay,
especially. Yeah.
okay. I am going to answer it in the superficial way. Okay, if you if you want to be a teacher, if you want to focus on education, probably, I say probably, so which means it's not a must.
Yeah.
You can choose English for education.
Mm.
But coming from non-education myself, I become a lecturer now. So you can conclude it by yourself. Like, if you want to a broader perspective,
Yeah,
if you
broader perspective.
want to study broader things, like you want to study ethic, you want to study philosophy, you want to study business, you want to study industry, so choose English for industry,
Yeah, to be
specifically in
specific, to be
our
specific, in our campus.
university. Yeah,
Exactly.
that is the thing. So to me, like, let's say, probably education, English for education, people have the different perspective, for sure, yes. But it is impossible, ideally it is impossible to think the students who got there think of another occupation other than being teacher. To be honest, for me it is already shaped even
Mm,
before the students coming to the class, even before the students coming to the university.
mm,
They already like, okay, I want to contribute in education, I want to be teacher, blah blah blah, like that.
yeah,
You can conclude it by
you can
yourself.
call it by yourself. But once again, the bold statement is, if you want to be a teacher, you may choose either.
Yeah,
Everyone could be teacher.
everyone could be
Everyone could be
teacher.
teacher. Even me myself already taught some people.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a third semester student on English literature, which is so far away with English for second language, as for English second language, or maybe for teaching language. That's totally possible. If you want to be a teacher, you may go anywhere. But to be specific, if you want to try as a, what do you say about the prospective occupation that we've had? Another question, I would say, rather than being teacher.
In English for education, I
Yeah, I could say both. You may try to have the perspective on the English for educations or literature. What do you say?
uh, as I know, you can see the output of it from the research they did, or from the academic articles, or probably the undergraduate thesis. Like, when I see the undergraduate thesis coming from the English for education students, most of them focus on the method, how to teach the
How to
method.
teach the
This is
method.
how to teach blah 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 effectively. So it is a study case.
Yeah.
But it's in my generation. But I don't know. Somehow I couldn't really say it in general way. But most of the time, most of the research focus on the method, like that.
That's more like vocational, isn't it? There
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about the practical techniques and methods, which is we were expecting like the research could be like the pedagogical method or pedagogical analysis. How do some schools having some bad evaluations and good evaluations? That
Mm-hmm.
what we were expecting, right? So what you
Mm-hmm.
were saying, not only focusing on the techniques and methods, which is vocational. So
Okay.
when we kind of turn want to talk about the literature, English literature itself, we are so diverse when
Yeah, we are so
research. We
diverse.
are so
For example,
diverse.
guys, um, I ever found many different, like, out of the box ideas.
Yep.
For example, as the researcher coming from English literature, you can see for example, the analysis of George W. Bush
Oh.
speech, blah blah blah. The analysis of Kim K. Kardashian and what's behind the industry of America, US. The analysis of song, blah blah blah, and many things so diverse. Even like the media strategy, the choice of the words in the label.
Linguistically or maybe
Yeah,
It's a lot of things. Tell
You
me
can
about it. Tell
uncover
me about
many
it.
things. You can uncover many things. So you can see probably, oh, by this language,
Yeah.
this brand use this language. So this means exclusivity,
Mm.
and then it is only for probably a certain kind of the race or gender, or they want to make their customers exclusive, but actually not.
So I will say in summary, we do have lots of possibilities rather than English education. So English literature, we may go to education, we may go to politics, like you were saying, George W. Bush, and some popular culture.
Yeah.
We may go to be in entertainment industry, or we could say we want to focus on philology, which is I really fond of, and then like literature, classic, popular, contemporary. Even you want to have a performance art, you could performance
Yes.
art you could, because in some universities or in our university as well, we do have some theater, we have some theatrical extracurricular, we do have also the program for that, like drama, film. You have a lot of possibilities. Even in Jakarta, Jakarta is the place.
Jakarta. Yes. South Jakarta.
So Jakarta, we have lots of possibilities to meet some artists all around Jakarta.
Artist, not celebrity. Okay.
Artist, not celebrity. Totally different. Yep.
Yep.
Because our artists in Indonesians could be the same with celebrity, but literally artist is from art and ish.
Yep.
Which is the person who does the art. So that's exactly, because in Jakarta we have lots of possibilities. We have lots of museums,
Mhm.
we have lots of galleries, places to explore with. Jakarta, come to Jakarta.
Come here.
Yeah, became skena Jakso. Yeah. Even though I'm not, even though I'm already here for about 1 year.
But it's really nice because you wrap up my words nicely.
Thank you. Okay, so maybe it's going to be the last question.
Okay.
Why should we choose English for industry rather than the regular English literature?
Okay. So I can say that English for industry is already whole package. Like first of all, coming from the university itself, just like the tagline, this is the university of life. We don't only care for the cognitive side, but we care about your emotion, we care about your spiritual. So for you, Gen Z, who want to be taken care of the mental health, come to us. Come here.
Come here.
Yeah, we don't only care about your scores. We don't only talk about that, but your mental, your psychology. So coming to us. And then the second one is that specifically for English for industry, here we don't only study the industry itself, the business, but also the sustainability and then the ethic. So it is important to make money, to generate profit, but how to make it ethically. That's really important.
That's important. Once again, I already said that in the first time. So once again, business, communications, the ethics, important.
Yeah, just like ChatGPT, for example, we cannot avoid that. It is undeniable. Many people do that. So I'm not against technology. I'm not against ChatGPT. So I don't care if you make ChatGPT to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't care at all. But you have to bear the consequences.
Virtual girlfriend.
So that's how ethic matters. How you treat technology, how you treat that.
Yeah.
So that's why we study ethic here.
The way we talk, the way we behave, the way we face to each other, the way we having a mimicry, we have the facial expressions. We have been talking about that for only in one semester already, which is Mr. Hiran's favorite subject, business meetings and discussions. like we were being tough to be having an interview. We were tough being having a formal meetings with formal attire. Yeah, we do have dress codes, guys. We're not like doing some outfit check. We do not doing some OOTD like us. If you are being scanner, something like that, you could, but we have some dress code. You need to oblige it. You need to obey it. We have some dress code like formal, business casual.
You can imagine like probably Yeah, we have the formal business for every Monday, right?
Every Monday and Wednesday, I would say.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
Monday
Monday and
and
Wednesday.
Wednesday, and then all the students will be in a suit. But then we teach something not only in cognitive but also in spiritually. Like, uh, I think it also happens in my meetings, right? In my class.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot help it because it is related, not into like I do sermon like this is the verse in Quran. I didn't do that, but actually the core of the values of Islam itself, the spiritual values, like it is, we cannot help it, it is inserted in our meeting, in our course,
Yeah.
like that.
Mrs. Dian's class, Mrs. Dian's class also been talking about the verses, even though not explicitly.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the reason why I usually bring my Quran and Bible as well. So
Wow.
both Islamic and Christian, because of course English literature is coming from the English countries that they are having Christianity as a religion. So that's exactly the reason why I usually brought my Holy Bible and Holy Quran as well in your class.
Oh,
Did you notice it?
Yeah, I noticed it.
Yeah, like the first of Daniel, the first, the book of Genesis, and something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I already read that. Quran as well. I'm a Muslim. I don't even forget about the Quran because
Yeah, don't
every
panic. Don't panic. We're not judging you. Don't
no,
panic.
we listen, we don't judge.
Yes.
You listen, I judge.
Okay.
Okay, I think
So it's a wrap.
yeah, that's a wrap now. But I think it's going to be extra question for me. It's personal.
Okay.
What is your favorite book? Only one book, because we are English literature students, or maybe we are practitioners. So what do you say? Your favorite one?
My favorite one is History of God by Karen Armstrong.
Ooh, what is that? Can you please tell me a little bit before we end the video? I'm so curious. I'm a bookworm.
Yeah, the History of God is the book that narrates how God, based on the perspective of three religions, Jew, Christian, and Islam.
Abrahamic.
Yeah, Abrahamic. That's right.
Mm,
Abrahamic religions, and then you can see it from the very beginning until into the modern era. So I can say that Karen Armstrong is quite objective in that. And then the next upcoming, not upcoming, but the next book that I read is that Fields of Blood, and then that book actually against the notion of Islam is actually spread by the sword.
sword.
Yeah, so it is not like what always you say, the toxic positivity. No, actually Islam is really soft. No, 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 yeah, yeah, but where is the proof? Can you say your argumentation with the data, with the strong fact, things like that? But there, Karen Armstrong like explained things really in detail, and then it's really makes sense. If you like philosophy, if you like your brain to get fed with the meaningful words, meaningful readings, so please read the books by Karen Armstrong. One of the best book is History of God.
History of God.
Yeah.
Monotheist. You know? History of God. This is a bold statement by this title itself. Karen Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
Karen Armstrong's title. The history of God, not gods. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to debate? You may class.
Come here. Come to us.
Come to us.
Come to my class. So in my class, like Davi, do you still remember? Like if I have one bold statement, like
Yeah.
oh the hypothesis, I have this hypothesis, no, and I throw it to the class, and then I invite students like, okay, let's have debate on this. Argue me, argue this statement.
guys. Yeah, it's so you know you know I was not expecting like the first time when we met Mrs. Dian and she was throwing some debating argument like oh my god oh my god
We cannot spill it here. I'm sorry.
maybe we'll talk later about that. So maybe thank you so much for helping
You're
us with the
welcome.
house English. You want to
Mhm.
say some message before we close the video?
Um. So, guys, you in this life you must have intention. You must have something worth to do. And if you are, especially when you are Muslims, and then if you want to improve your skill, not only in a cognitive way, in your intelligence, but you also care about your emotion and your spiritual. So many things you can do. Man, you can read the books, you can observe things, you can blah blah blah. But one probably choice option you can do is that choosing the education for you, like here is the place, UAG University. So we provide those three things: intelligence, emotion, and spiritual. So just like I always say, we don't care about your intelligence only, but also your stability, like that. And yes, we have to make profit. We have to generate income, but how to do it ethically based on your spiritual core here. So please make a good choice. One of them is that choosing English for industry.
English for industry. Come to here. Come here. Okay, once again, be wise. Be wise with everything. You control your life. You control your money. You control everything. Be wise. Is
Okay.
that kind of the conclusion?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mrs. Dian, for having
You're
us once again
welcome.
with House English, your weekly check-in on English. We'll see you later. Bye
Bye.
bye.